All right, well, this bantamweight division ubiquitously regarded as the deepest in the top 15 right now in the UFC, and this man's the #1 contender. He has beaten so many talented fighters to get this title fight. Now we see what the hell he can do with it.
Yeah, he's beaten them all, except the champion.
Right.
It's such a weird thing that you can go through so many tough guys, but ultimately the toughest one is the one you get last. So you go through this murderer's row of people to earn an opportunity, and now you get to fight the best. The champion is good, man, but this guy believes he has the skill set to take that title from him.
Yeah, he's been forged by the experience. He derives so much confidence from the training room, and it all comes down to these 25 minutes or fewer for the #1 bantamweight contender. Well, DC, you better work quickly here because Frankie Edgar with that patented sprint to the octagon, I know you've taken a page out of his book.
It's a wrestling thing, Jay. Wrestlers want to get down to business, and that is what Frankie Edgar is all about. He is Jersey strong to his bone. Frankie is a guy that even when it looks like he's out of it, he can continue to press forward and get the goal accomplished. When he got dropped and hurt by Gray Maynard way back before he became champion, he was able to build himself back into that fight and secure a draw. And then the second time they fought, same thing, but he was the one that got the finish. They call him the little engine that could, because you can never tell Frankie Edgar there's something he can't do.
It was about 10 years ago he won the UFC lightweight championship in Abu Dhabi. Truly one of the fighters that embraced fighting at his natural weight before it was in vogue. The answer, Frankie Edgar, back in yet another big UFC spot here tonight. Our tail of the tape for this bantamweight championship fight. To get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Ricky Simone! And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting, reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world, Frankie the Answer Edgar!
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. All right, so here we go from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, and wherever we are in the world, most fighters on this roster, to a man, to a woman, they want the chance at some point to make this walk here in Vegas.
Absolutely want to fight in Las Vegas. Before it was the MGM Grand, it was the Mandalay Bay. Now it is the T-Mobile Arena, the most beautiful arena in the world and the home to the biggest UFC fights right now. From International Fight Week to championship fights all across the board, you come to T-Mobile.
You rip the body there. Goes for the early takedown, no problem there. Oh, and there's the early takedown, just what the doctor ordered.
Exactly what he wanted to do. You saw it in the training footage. Takedowns are going to be the key. He got one early. He's on the right track.
Side control now. Lands with the ground and pound here.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
Simone getting peppered here from the top. He's got to figure out a way to cover up. Well, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Midway through round one.
Let's go. I need you to get to half guard now.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground.
That was nice.
Edgar ground and pound from half guard.
Big right hook there by the champ.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very...
Oh, he's going for a choke here. This could be tough. Oh, it's getting deep now, DC.
Dude's got a fight on his hands now.
It's work. Come on, stand up. It's work.
Yeah, Page and Alexio let it. Somehow he got out, though.
Great job clearing the hips, facing, and getting out of that Ezekiel choke attempt.
Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. He's having his way with him here. Lands the ground and pound strike here. Edgar's in half guard.
Now he's going full mount.
And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. Well, eventually he's going to try to get up, but he's moving his head pretty well here to avoid damage on the ground.
You don't want to be comfortable on your back, but when you're taken down, you got to make sure you're active, and that's exactly what he's doing.
5 minutes in the books.
Stop.
It's not hurting you too bad, but we can't allow that to happen. We got to get back up to our feet. The guard is awesome.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
You ready?
Round 2 is underway.
Leg kick lands.
There it is, right back on his legs.
All right, well, perhaps he has a point to prove. Perhaps there's a hip injury, but this man's UFC career has been defined by the takedown. He hasn't attempted a single one.
He hasn't even attempted it. It's very surprising, and honestly, for a guy that enjoys the wrestling, is very disappointing. Because to me, it seems like he doesn't want to put the effort out there tonight.
Huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Oh, big left. All right, talk to me, champ. He's got great submission skills, good offensive wrestling. He hasn't so much as even shot for a takedown tonight.
I think he's stuck. I think he's stuck in between. He's good wrestling, but he's not great wrestling. He's great once the fight starts. He hurt him. Oh!
The fighter's starting to open up a little bit. Swing and a miss by Ricky Simone. Crippling uppercut for him there. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round 1.
That leg kick hurt.
Big right hand there.
Oh, that right hand barely missed there. That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, think you're in the night, that one landed right on the spot.
Simone circling to his right now. Well, why fix what's not broken? Why not go right back to that overhand here again? Edgar gets the double leg takedown. Nothing telegraphed about that shot. Well done. Trying to hammer that lead leg. Oh, nice hook. All right, gets inside, gets the single collar tie here.
Oh!
Nice judo toss for him there.
Oh, nice right hand by the champ, yeah.
There it is, now he's on the mount.
15 seconds to go. Oh, outstanding combination of ground and pound punches here by Edgar. We'll see what he does here. He postures up and lands to the head.
Good round.
All right, a lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it, if you will.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here we go with this third round of this championship fight. All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back-and-forth action in the previous fight.
Yes, it wasn't a bar fight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times when it came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
Nice job to get inside and get the single collar tie. The clinch there is good by him.
Oh, nice takedown defense.
Just missed with the elbow there. Oh, left hook to the head, it's blocked. Simone's got a pretty deep bruise now starting to appear on the right side of his body. His opponent has done a lot of work in that region tonight. Back to the well with that right hand, it's no good. Just a big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he was trying to chase down that pitch.
Just out of range with the big right hand. Look at the clinch there by Edgar.
Another one.
We have crossed the midpoint of this one. Ooh, postures up and now goes with the big strike to the body. Well done there by Simone. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Ricky Simone. Oh, some big punches raining down here, picking his spots well, and hasn't chosen to engage his opponent on the ground necessarily, posturing up and making these shots count.
I mean, why would he? He's having so much success doing it and fighting in this exact same manner that's leading him to be ahead in the fight right now.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound.
He's got to be careful here.
Less than a minute to go in the round. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Well, this is some serious pressure from the top by him. Oh, great ground shot there, and that one opened him up. Pretty athletic off his back to avoid that strike from the top.
Like that.
All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up.
Now this round, we want to put him away.
All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's a replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage him.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the 4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. 4th round is underway. We'll see who has the upper hand.
You feel it inside.
How about the accuracy to land right there? His opponent's wobble chin.
He's hurt bad. He cannot take another shot like that.
Oh, shot to the...
Right back.
Oh, right hand.
Great punch land.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
All right, well, he rocked him pretty good, but didn't sort of smell blood in the water, and now his opponent's back.
I mean, blood's in the water. You gotta go get it. You gotta go find the finish. You cannot let it off the hook like that, because now he will be motivated to try to go and hurt you as you hurt him.
He's got that single collar tie.
We march on, 3 minutes to go. Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither side right over the top, right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
So fighter a little bit stunned, holding on to him now, not doing a ton, just looking to recover. Well, not sure if he's lighter on his feet or what it is, but these last couple of rounds, he's been far more aggressive, a lot more pressure. Oh, he's really starting to light him up now. Simone gets hit by that leg kick. Oh!
What a fight. Both of these guys are trying to finish.
Looked like he might have landed there. Instead, a swing and a miss by Ricky Simone. So you got to question the fight IQ at some point. He's got an outstanding offensive takedown game. His ground and pound strikes are vicious, yet hasn't done any of that.
The biggest shot that he's landed all night. A massive uppercut.
I'll stop this. You gotta fight back.
Great shot from the top position.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. You got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Well, he's got the ground and pound going now. Strong work from the top here by Simone. 20 minutes in the can, 5 to go. All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure. But nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC. And how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper, and it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? Ready.
So here it is, folks, 5th and final round. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that overhand right, he hurt people bad. And this guy has his opponent hurt very badly again. Great takedown defense right now by the champ.
Well, it seems like there has been an opening for that overhand all night long. Let's see if he goes back to it here. All right, so now he's... Nicely timed kick to the body for the champion.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Takedown defense is there. Huge block there. Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight. Huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Needs a big knee.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was good night if that landed.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, he continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. And a good sign, too, doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever. Oh, well, I don't have to be a judge to tell you he is losing this fight late in the game now. Time to start throwing up those submission attempts, I would think.
Got to keep going. You got to start throwing up submission attempt after submission attempt and hope that something's free for you to latch onto.
Well, you can feel that breeze octagon.
He's got to try to finish here.
Edgar goes in for the takedown now, and he gets it. Nice fight IQ there after he had gotten stunned on the feet. Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, perhaps it's a high fight IQ, perhaps it's obvious, but he is attacking that cut that is getting deeper by the minute.
And it seems like the right decision because you can see his opponent starting to paw at it. You can see it starting to take an effect. It's messing with him mentally. For him, he's got to continue to attack that area and hope that it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Final seconds of this fight. Edgar's back in side control here. All right, so an epic 25-minute championship fight here tonight, and it seems like the incumbent has done enough to retain his title.
They say every time you're fighting, when you're the champion, you get the biggest, baddest guy in the entire world. So, of course, it's going to be close. But I believe the champ did just enough to retain his title.
All right, the official decision is in. It resides with the venerable Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 48-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Frankie the Answer Edgar.
All right, so some people thought maybe Frankie Edgar had lost a step. I'm no fighter, but from what I saw tonight after he gets this win, certainly a guy who's got plenty of fight left.